So, good day. My name is Temitope Akiemi. I'm a pharmacist. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm coming to you, to your faces, to your computer, to your phones, or from the platform of the Green Mondays. Uh, in which I'm a four-star manager. I'm an elite stockist. I'm a VIP distributor as well. Okay, this is a platform that gives an opportunity for people to be able to be inspired, to be connected, and to be empowered to achieve their dreams. Okay, and this is, one of the manifestations of what the company stands for. Okay, a platform where people can learn, where people can, see what is possible and be inspired. And today we'll be taking a look topic that is very vital to every single human being. The way we're wired, we have a tendency to look at what we don't have, especially when we see people who manifest their gifts, their talents, and all of that. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at how to thrive in spite of our weaknesses. Okay, how to thrive in spite of our weaknesses. And I'll be sharing my slides with us very, very quickly. Okay, and I'll be starting with a story, and that's one of the things that, for many of us, when we were much younger, where life was easier, life was more fun. But as we grew older, we became a lot more serious. But today I want us to start with a story. And that story, you probably have heard the story before, and you've heard it in a, maybe in a way that is different from how I'm going to share it today. But it's the story of the tortoise and the hare. How many of you have heard that story before? The story of the tortoise and the hare. Okay, that's going to be our startup story today, and we're going to draw lessons from that story. We're going to apply it to ourselves, our businesses, our lives, and all of that. Yeah, I can see that. We have people in the room who have heard the story of the tortoise and the hare. Okay, and you know, um, and I dare say that, when we look at our weaknesses, many times there's very little that we can do as far as our weakness is concerned. Some of our weaknesses can be improved on, can, grow and all of that. But some weaknesses, we really, really need to apply what we're going to be looking at today. Okay, I'm trying to share. 1 minute. Okay. All right, so I got it. Yes, so I believe you can see my screen. And the crux of what we'll be discussing today, talking about our weaknesses and how to thrive in spite of them, we'll be addressing it from the line of team building. Okay, but let's talk about the story, right? Okay, story. Once upon a time, okay? There was, in this village, there was a tortoise and then there was a hare. Okay, we all know what is characteristic of the tortoise. The tortoise is crafty, right? But it's very slow. Okay, he's not the person to call to run the race. So, and of course, everybody knew that. Just like for some of us, some people know what our weaknesses are. And unfortunately, we have people that take our weaknesses and rub it in our faces. And that was exactly what happened, with the story of the tortoise and the hare. The hare went to the tortoise and said, "You are very slow. Okay, I can beat you in a race." That's like, guys, that's obvious. Okay. So the tortoise was saying, I know you can beat me already. He says, "No, I won't take it like that. I need us to have a race. I need to prove to you that I'm better than you. I need to let everybody in the village know that I'm faster than you," and all of that. And do you know that in society, we also have people who do that, who are even insecure in spite of the strength that they seem to have. So this was a case of what happened. Okay, so the hare went ahead and just started harassing the tortoise and saying, "I'm better than you, I can run faster than you," and all of that. And he kept saying, "I need us to fix a date to run a race. I want to give you a show of shame in this village. I want everybody to know how dead slow you are, and how much better than you that I am." Okay, and when he couldn't take it anymore, he said, okay. It's okay. I mean, let's go for this race. So they fixed a date, and very, very, very early and all of that, the tortoise was ready. at the start line. The hare was already ready as well, coughing, making fun of, and just saying, I've beaten you already, like your own is finished. Even the tortoise felt, I just want to come and disgrace myself here. And then they started the race. And when the race started, and they said, on your mask, said, go. And, the hare began to run. And then, of course, it was a dash. The hare ran. And when he dashed, he looked behind. He looked behind and he realized that, man, I've gone too far. Like I can't even find the tortoise behind me. So he just said, let him relax. So he looked back and said, see what I'm saying now. I didn't even know that I'll beat this tortoise this much, And then he looked forward. He said, okay, let him look forward and move forward. And then he saw the tortoise right in front of him. Wow. Saw the tortoise in front of him. He took off again and then he began to run. And said, for where? From where to where? He started running. And when he had run quite some distance, he decided to rest a little bit and said, and this tortoise wanted to disgrace me. Not disgrace. So he looked back again and said, hey, I've left him behind. And then he looked forward and said, okay, now I can catch my breath a little bit. I can just stroll to the finish line. He looked forward again, and then he saw the tortoise again in front of him. He was like, wow. I mean, what is happening here? He runs again. I know that cycle repeated itself about 5 times. And before he knew what was happening, he looked ahead and he saw the tortoise breasting the tape at the finish line. We can see this slide. We can see the tortoise breasting the tape at the finish line. I know the hare was so shocked. When you're so shocked, when you're so overwhelmed, you're like, how did this happen? And in this case, it became a show of shame for the hare. He didn't expect that he would be the one to be put to shame. But in this case, it was a tortoise that took the day, and it was a hare that was, that experienced the show of shame. And of course, the gift that was supposed to be given to the winner went to the tortoise and all of that. And of course, you can imagine that after the race was over and all of that, everybody gathered around to try to find out exactly what happened. How come the tortoise was able to beat the hare? It never has it happened that a tortoise would ever in the history of animology, okay, it has never happened that a tortoise will beat the hare in a race. Okay, and for all those that care to listen, he said, okay, you can come to my house tomorrow evening. I will share palm wine for you people. Anyone that wants to hear about what happened and how I did it, you can come to my house tomorrow evening. We'll take some palm wine and then I'll share with you. You bet that the whole village was there, with the tortoise to hear about how he did it and how he beat the hare. Of course, as some of you must have rightly guessed, he used the power of leverage. Okay, like I said earlier, many people, when they hear the story of the tortoise, they know the tortoise is crafty, he knows how to plan and scheme and all of that. He was very, very, aware of what his weaknesses were, and he decided to leverage, in spite of his weakness, and he became the hero of the day. Okay, and I don't know whether you're still following me. If you're still following me, I want you to share one lesson that you think you have learned from this story. Okay, before I share what happened exactly, before I give us an opportunity to share our lessons, let me share with you exactly what happened for those who have not been able to guess what it is and what the meaning of leverage is. Okay, leverage appreciates the fact that you have weaknesses, but leverage is using an advantage that you have. What advantage did the tortoise have? The tortoise had a community, he had a family, he had people that he could leverage on. And he called them and he said, guys, if whatever they organize, I could never beat this guy in a race, but I need you to do something for me. I need you to be positioned at every 100-meter stop between the start and the finish line. Okay. And as the hare looks back, I want you to just dash in and be running as if you have been running since. I need you to do this for me. I need us to, it is our win. We are together. We should make this happen, blah, blah, blah. And then they went ahead and they executed the plan excellently well. Okay. And you be sure that the tortoise that started the race was the same one that was not the same one that finished the race, but it didn't matter at the end of the day. Okay. Because he leveraged on his relationships. Okay, and at the end of the day, he took advantage of that weakness that he had, and he became the winner of the day. Now, if the story is clear, the story that we have just shared, if you have any lesson, anything that you have learned, anything that you think applies to you, something that you think, that's, and do you know that as human beings, okay, let me not say what I wanted to say yet. Let me allow us to share our lessons. If you are still in the room and you listen to that story, let's share our lessons very quickly. I want us to be done with this in another 25 minutes. Okay, was that story clear? Was it clear to you what the tortoise did and how he took the day? If you have any lessons to share from the story, please let's share before I go ahead to share a few lessons I put together. There are tons of lessons already from this story, but I'll give us an opportunity to share any lessons that we may want to share. Anybody in the room? So I'm sure I'm not the only one talking. Hello.
Hello. It was a fantastic and awesome story of being able to know your weaknesses and do something about it.
Okay.
So you should find out exactly.
Ooh, seems our internet has kicked her out. Okay, thank you very much for that, Madam Holmes. I believe she will join us back. I think her internet went.
I think it's back again.
Okay.
So I was talking about
cool.
of using the family. Use what you have, what is within your reach, and move on. So we must maintain a cordial relationship with people around us. Those are the people who help us. In this industry, we have uplines, we have downlines. We should have a good relationship. Very ready
fantastic.
to open up, be open-minded, tell them what the situation is and the ideas they give you of them. So that's what I think from this thing.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you for that, Madam Holmes. So let me just read a few of the things that people have shared. Mr. Gulisi says, we achieve our dream better with teamwork. Absolutely. Power of leverage. Yeah. Lady D says, with leverage, you can achieve 100 times better than you can ever imagine. Don't depend on your strength alone. Absolutely, ma. Mr. Gulisi also says, alone we are fast, together we go far. Okay, we have another comment that says, working together and cooperation from all team also notice your strengths and weaknesses to be able to achieve better success. Success is a product of good strategies put together and hard work. Okay, together we achieve more. Amazing. Okay, we have all shared fantastic points. I would like us to run through this very quickly. Very, very true things that we have shared. Okay, I'd just like to say that 2, 3, 4, 5 things about this story. The first lesson I'd like to share, in addition to all what we have shared, is that your weakness points to your need for others. Very, very important. Okay, that thing that is your weakness, it is a pointer to the fact that you need the other person. I mean, it's not your disadvantage. It's not the reason why you should take yourself and lock yourself up and say, I'm no good. Nope. It is an indication to the fact that you need somebody else. Okay, so anytime you look at your weakness or you say, oh, I don't know how to talk convincingly, or I don't do this and that, you can invite somebody for this meeting. That's leveraging on a weakness that you think you have. Okay, you can invite somebody. So that weakness that you see that you think you have, it's a pointer to your need for the other person. Number 2, impossible is nothing. And this is so amazing because I like this story because, I mean, if there's no how we will talk about it. The hare and the tortoise, never. If you put them together and say, oh yeah, run, there's no how. It's impossible for the tortoise on his own to overtake the hare. And I like this because it points to some of the situations that face us. You come into a business, it seems like, how can you ever achieve the highest possible level? There are things that face us that we know. Nobody needs to preach to us. We know on our own that we never achieve this on our own. But the truth is that there's nothing called impossible. We just need to ask ourselves, how do I do this to achieve what I want to achieve? So honestly, impossible is really nothing. If you can find a way, to work around that thing we call impossible, that is not limited to our own personal limitations and weaknesses, to make it happen. Okay, number 3 says, your strengths give you no guarantee for success. I mean, if you ask me, this is like my best lesson from this story. Because the hair was just so dead sure that, woman no panic, say, I'm going, as there's no how, this tortoise is finished. Over and over, I will win him. He was sure, even to the blind person, to anybody, he was sure that he was destined to win that race. But the strength that he had, his accuracy, everything that he had gave him no guarantee for success. And that's something I want us to know today. Okay, you may have something going for you, you may have this and that going for you. It doesn't guarantee your success. Why? Because there are many factors that are involved in us succeeding. And, some of these factors are beyond us and our own personal endowments. Because on our own, there's a limit to what we can achieve. So your strengths give you no guarantee that you succeed. And that's why, you can look around you. I'm sure many of us have examples of people that were very good in class. They were top in the class, top 5%, top 2%. And today they seem to be struggling so much. Of them are bitter. We've had some of them attempt suicide. But they started life, the future for them when they were in school was very bright, because they had everything going for them. Some of them were on scholarship, some of them were on merit list, some of them were, they had things going for them. But these things do not necessarily guarantee success. So, if you feel like you are good and you're all that, please know that it's not all about you. There's much more for you to achieve what you're set to achieve that is beyond you. And if you are weak, if you think you are weak, you have weaknesses, it is much more than your weaknesses. That points you to the need for others. Okay, and just like some of us have shared, if you want to go far, go with others. There was no how that the tortoise on his own will be able to achieve all what he said to achieve. He engaged the help of others and he was able to go far and win the race. And, the crux of thriving in spite of our weakness points to our need for others. It points to our need for others. The fact that I'm weak, the fact that I'm lacking in one way or the other points to the need for me to listen to others, to follow others, to ask questions from others, to engage the support of others, and to work with other people. And this crux of it is what is called team building, building a team, not being limited by myself, me, and I, but engaging, working with other people so that we can all get to the destination that we desire. So what is team building? We all have an idea of what team building is. It's the action or process of causing a group of people to work together effectively as a team to achieve a set goal, especially by means of activities and events designed to increase motivation and promote cooperation. The summary of all the English language that I've shared here today is people working together. They have a set goal they want to achieve. And then, they're working together, create what we call ginger. Call it ginger, sometimes you call it energy, sometimes you call it motivation. Working together makes the spark, okay, that will bring the fire to the fore. Instead of me alone, I feel down today. When I work with other people, my energy level is rekindled. So working with other people, I'm motivated. I'm able to cooperate with others. I'm able to work together to achieve results with other people and things like that. So team building is core to anything we want to be able to achieve. And I love the Green Mondays platform because it presents to us an opportunity to learn how to build a team, how to work with people, how to be agreeable with people, how to achieve results with people, and so on and so forth. Now, let me be very quick to say that team building is hard work. I'm sure you know that. Okay, team building is hard work. Okay, you can see someone that is already up there in this slide. This person is already up there. The person could just say, oh, I'm already up there. I don't want to be giving myself the stress of trying to pull somebody from down to up, because even the process of pulling someone from down to up may even cause me to fall as well. It's a very dangerous work that he's doing here. Okay, but we can see what is happening here. This person is not saying, no, I'm already up here. You can see someone is pulling another person up. The lady there is cheering them on and saying, yeah, you're now 2-star. I'm cheering you on, even though I'm still senior associate, I'm cheering you on because you're 2-star now. Okay, because I know that mine is going to come. We can see someone else there up there that's also working with him. We can see the power of teamwork. Teamwork is hard work, like I said earlier. It's hard work. It's one of the hardest things that you will do. But you know what? It's one of the most rewarding things you would ever do. Extremely rewarding. Okay, so when you're doing it, when you're, building your team one brick at a time, one straw at a time, and all of that, it's a lot of hard work. But when the results begin to trickle in and begin to come in, it becomes, one of the most rewarding things we could ever spend our time doing. So why should you build your team? Why should you, work with other people? Why should you leverage on working with other people so that you can thrive? I mean, we already mentioned today's topic, and we know where we're going. Why should you build your team? You should build your team because you and I are limited. We are limited. We are limited in our strengths. We're limited in our perspectives. We are limited to, whether you like it or not, there are people who will come into this meeting, who will hear me share about this opportunity, who will hear me share about all these things I'm sharing about, and who will say, she's making some sense. And some people will come in here, they will listen to me and say, what exactly is she talking about? What am I saying? There are people that I on my own will not be able to reach. There are people that you on your own will not be able to reach. Okay? But those people that I can reach, you may not be able to reach them. So when we're working together in a team, we can make more amazing things happen. I like the statement that someone made earlier. A person said, I think it was Lady D, as a team, we can achieve 100 times more than what I can achieve on my own. So I am limited, you are limited. But when we come together, we are able to make a lot of amazing things happen by working together, understanding our limitations. So stop beating up yourself and saying, oh, I'm this, I'm not good enough, I'm not sharp enough, my English is not straight enough. There are people that my English will not even appeal to, okay? And that's why you're there. And that's the beauty of working with it in a team. There are people that will be able to reach, are limited in one way or the other. We could do a plethora of different ways in which we differ from each other, but that's what makes it all beautiful. Okay, we are limited, but we can reach different people, and as a team, make a lot of things happen. Okay, you have strengths that need to be harnessed. And if you have been here for some time, you must have heard us go through the Don Filer book and the salesman failure syndrome. How I, on my own, just trying to make. Okay, but when I work with a team, I can make a lot more things happen. Okay, so you have strengths, I have strengths that need to be harnessed. That's why we need to build our teams. So it's not only about the weakness side of it. There are strengths, that I bring to the table that will make the team a lot better. Okay, you have weaknesses that can be helped as well. Okay, and then we are at our best when we work in a team. We are at our best when we work in a team. Okay, there are perspectives that I would not see. There are perspectives that only you would see. And then when we see things from different perspectives, we are able to have richer, better results. Okay, we're able to get to where we're going. We're able to go far, far, far. Okay, so team building is at the crux of, what we really, really should be looking at. All right, so, we've shared why team building, what is team building, and we've shared lessons from the story that we listened to. What are the benefits of building a team? What are the benefits? I said earlier, it's hard work, but it's very rewarding. How does this play out? How does, I have a few examples of people who pride themselves in being able to do this and that. And recently I met one of them, and he told me the many things that he could do. For a minute, guys, I was intimidated. Somebody comes to you and says, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. And then I'm looking at this person, and from time to time, he's broke, right? From time to time, he's broke. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I understand what is missing in everything that he can do. It's leverage. Everything that he can do, only he can do it. So is either he's doing this one part-time, or he's jumping away from this one and jumping to the next one. everything that it has the capacity to do, they are all admirable things. Very, very admirable things. But there are things that his presence, his effort, his time, his energy, it requires all of him to be able to do those things part-time. So you discover that it's only one thing that he really can focus on and make happen part-time. So I see that there's leverage that is missing in his equation. And I try to give him some advice on how to work with the team. Of team building. And you know, the truth is that when you're still much younger, you don't think much about this leverage matter. When people talk about leverage, you just push aside and say, oh, well, I can do this, I can do that, I'm too young. In your mind, you're not even thinking about old age. Okay, you're thinking about the things you can do, the skills you have, and all of that. But building a team gives you a leveraged lifestyle. You get to enjoy leveraged lifestyle. And that's really, really the crux of building a team. And what do I mean by leveraged lifestyle? Leveraged lifestyle, I broke it into about 5 different things. We have leveraged income. Leveraged income is sweet. How is leveraged income sweet? Leveraged income is sweet because you don't have to work at that instant before earning that income. That income is not tied to your activity at that time. It is tied to work that you did before or that you have been building that at a point does not require your immediate activity before you earn that income. So leveraged income is sweet. Okay? Leveraged income is sweet. And that's why, especially in the times that we're in, people are looking for where they will put their money. Some people, the money that they want to put is 50K. Oh God. They want to invest 50K and they want to be earning passive income from 50K. That is so unfair. Anyway, that's it. That's not the topic of today's discussion. Okay? But I mean, leveraged income is beautiful. It has to do with work that you have done ahead. Okay, and then you are earning rewards from. I don't even think it's about the part of the world, our upbringing, our education, and all of that. We just feel that we need to work, put in effort, part-time before the money comes. And then when we're not doing that, we just want to put one money somewhere. We don't want to know how it works, but they'll be paying us something. Okay. But here we're talking about building a system, building a team, and being able to earn leveraged income. Okay. So building a team helps you earn leveraged income. Okay. Monies that don't have to do with your immediate physical activity. You earn it passively based on the activity of building a team. So that is 1. 2, leveraged lifestyle involves relationships. Oh, this is sweet. This is beautiful. Because there are relationships that you would encounter, build, experience in the course of building a team that will literally turn your life around. There are relationships that you can't even put a price tag to the value you get from those relationships in terms of counsel, in terms of advice, in terms of links, in terms of connections, in terms of some go as far as our children, our family, whatever issues, different things that come to us by reason of building a team. Plenty of benefits. Okay, I remember I share with people sometimes. I remember there was a time I was sharing with some people. I was away out of the country, and then I developed a toothache. I needed to see a dentist, and then somebody on my team just stepped in, used his connection here and there. My bill was supposed to be $800, and somebody on my team, if not for the business I was doing, I couldn't have met the person at all. That person paid the $800 that I had to, I needed to pay for my toothache or for my the tooth issue I had. Okay. So, I mean, I need this. I just call somebody on my team. Somebody, oh, don't worry. I'll link you to somebody. There are relationships that we encounter that are literally change our lives by reason of building our teams. Okay. So there's leverage relationships, beautiful relationships that span across different aspects of life. Then better quality of life. This is good. It is good. And how is it good? It's good because, I mean, I remember there was a leader that was sharing mind, all of that. People, there's a way you build people, there's a way you show interest in people's success, and you go to bed, you feel fulfilled. Like, yeah, I'm a part of people's success story. I'm taking them on a journey. They're still far from where they're going, but they are on the way to that place. There's life that you live that you are happy, like you're fulfilled. You feel good, like you're doing something meaningful with your life. So your quality of life is better. You're at peace. You have joy. You just have love for people and all of that. Better quality of life you enjoy in the course of building your team. You have more access beyond your personal reach. I'm sure you can all relate to that. I mean, there's somebody says that we were like 4 people away from anybody that wants to reach. And network marketing gives us the opportunity to be able to actually practice that or experience that. To be able to have more access beyond what we will personally be able to reach. Because somebody that I'm trying to reach, I'm like 3, 4 people away from that person. And I have access to these opportunities, within the process of building a team. And like I mentioned earlier, there's fulfillment in being a part of other people's success stories. You feel fulfilled, okay? Especially, they come to you and they say, thank you. I look at my life last year, I look at it now, I'm better, I'm growing in ranks, I'm earning more income, but more importantly, I'm a better wife, I'm a better mother, I'm a better, I'm better because the things I'm learning is not just for me to make money and travel on all expensive vacations. These are life lessons that are making me better. Okay, look at the story we learned about today. How to navigate a tricky situation that shows me my weakness to my face. I'm able to think and say, okay, what can I do? How do I handle this situation? From the things I'm learning and putting them to use and all those kind of things. So it's such a rich. So when people say, oh, I don't want to build my team, I don't want to be talking to people, just know that every time you say that, you are cutting yourself short from a life that is rich and fulfilling. And by rich, it's not only money. By fulfilling, it's not only cash. There's so much more, okay, value that you get. There are so many people that you meet in the course of building your business and building your team. Okay, Lady D here says, leverage allows you to take a break every now and then. I like that. I like that. It's great to know that having built your team and shown them how to run things, you can be away and normal activities still run perfectly without your physical presence. That's on point. Okay, that's on point. Thank you for that. Okay, so yeah, so I believe that, I mean, I could go on and on, but I wanted to make this session really a really short one and then be able to talk to our guests who are in the house today. Please, if you're in the house and you're a guest today, please type in the comment section, I'm a guest, and let us know who invited you. As I show us 1, 2, 3 things from the Green Mondays platform, how we experience leverage, and experience leveraged lifestyle. If you're in the building and you are a guest, somebody invited you, please type I'm a guest in the comment section as we just run through the Green Mondays opportunity very quickly. Okay, please let's have at the back of our minds that when we're talking about the platform, when we're talking about the products, it's not about you only consuming it. It's about how do I get this out to my family, to my friends, to my loved ones, to my old schoolmates? How do they take advantage of this opportunity? And how do I leverage my relationships to be able to build and experience a leveraged lifestyle? Oh, I'm shy. That is my weakness. How do I engage one-on-one my friends and my family? How do I use the products for them to, test it? And from that, be able to share an experience and say, oh, and then I can just chip it in there. Even though I'm shy, I can chip it in there and say, oh, there's a business side of this. Would you want to attend a meeting where that will be shared just in case you may be interested? That's the way. Or you may have someone who is battling one health challenge. All you just need to do is to share, oh, I've heard some testimonies about some of the solution packs that are available in the company. And, I just feel that, you deserve a better quality of life. Would you want to give this a try? It's as simple as that. Okay, leveraging my weakness. Not, I mean, I don't have to do it the way every other person does it, but I just need to find my own way of introducing what I have to other people, you know, in spite of what my weakness is. Okay, yes, ma. Saying I don't want to build a team cuts you off from so much. It does. It's too, I mean, the gains outweigh the work that you put in. I'm not discounting the work you put in. That's why I said earlier, it's hard work, but it's very rewarding work that is worth the while. I mean, all the way. Okay, so I'm assuming that we don't have a guest, or our guests are not indicating that they're around. But I'll just run through the Green Mondays products, like I was saying earlier. I'll run through the products and show you an idea of what the leveraged income possibilities are. The leveraged income possibilities and lifestyle as well. Okay, we can see the Green Mondays. These are some of the things that we enjoy. Okay, vacation. We can see opportunities to travel, extra income, and different things like that. Like I said earlier, you start slow, you start small. In fact, when you start in this business, you are grossly underpaid. Okay, but with time as you build, you become overpaid. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I like it. It's very much against what we have in the world that we're in. When you start working in normal work balance, you get well paid. As you go higher, you get well paid until you retire. When you now retire, what happens to your income? Your income gets slashed by how many percent? And then you begin to manage with whatever income that they pay you. Here, you start small, but you build and it increases and increases. And to the point where you retire, you even get to earn some incomes that are way, way, way above what you were earning when you started doing the business. Okay, so and like I said earlier, the company is set to inspire, to connect us, and to empower us to achieve our dreams. So people that are in this room, they are people who are positive, they are inspired, they have their dreams in front of them, they are not allowing the economy or different things that surround them to shut them down from keeping the dream alive. I mean, they are people who are just go getters. So if you are here and you're a guest, you are here at a fantastic time. And somebody help me just mute that person.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, I think I've done it. All right. Okay, so and we have a flagship product. The flagship product is the Reader Herbal Bitters. And against the backdrop of this flagship product, we have a lot of other products. Okay, we have the Reader Herbal Bitters, we have the Reader Capsule, we have Restore for Women, we have Fire for Men, and these products work on a concept called oxidative stress. One of these days, we're going to take this concept of oxidative stress as a topic, and we're going to discuss it and break it down to the average person. Okay, every single person living and breathing experiences oxidative stress as a result of free radicals running around their systems. The food we are eating, the water we're drinking, the air we're breathing, some of the medications we are taking, and so on and so forth, release some things in our systems that our bodies are not able to sufficiently take care of and clear off. So some of these things accumulate in our bodies and they cause different health conditions. So these are 100% natural health products that take care of this oxidative stress, and they help us either to maintain a better state of health or help us to enjoy relief, okay, from different health issues that we experience. So this oxidative stress, like I was saying earlier, sorry, I'm trying to move my slide. Okay, so this oxidative stress is caused by a number of things that we take in. And sorry. Yeah, so we can see the effects of oxidative stress: diet, alcohol, pesticides, toxins, exercise, lack of exercise, lack of good nutrition, and so on and so forth. I'm sure somebody in this room will find at least one or two things that is not just okay, you know, with them on this list. One that, it's true, I'm exposed to this, I'm exposed to that. I'm sure you'll find one or two things that affect you here. And if you do, we encourage you to take the reader range of products for general well-being. And I'd like to say congratulations to you if you belong to that category of people who are not yet managing one health condition or the other. Please, I would like to beseech you and encourage you. If you are not diabetic in the room, if you don't have hypertension, if you don't have arthritis, I would like to say congratulations to you. Okay, and I would like you to embrace a lifestyle of taking the reader range of products for well-being. Okay, the best place to be is not to have any of those things, honestly. The best place to be is not to have them. But if you do have them, thank God for the reader range of products. Thank God for medical practice around us that give us the support and all of that to manage those health conditions. Okay, and we have different packages available to take care of different health conditions. So if you are here and you have you're battling hypertension or you're managing hypertension, sorry, we have the hypertension lifestyle pack, the diabetes lifestyle pack, pain and arthritis pack, the immunity boosting pack, sickle cell management pack, respiratory pack. The packs are a lot, okay? And if you're here and you're a guest and you want to start by experiencing the product, I encourage you to just pick any of the health products that, any of the solution packs that, you know, address your health in the direction of what you would like to manage. Just meet with the person that invited you and they'll show you what you should start with. And you begin to join the army of people who are either staying on top of their game and don't want to come down with anything, or people who are managing their health, you know, successfully in one way or the other. Okay. Now, I said earlier when I was talking about team building and leverage and all of that, there is there's a business side of this opportunity, and that's what makes me the most excited. Why? Because I've been in business now for about 16 years, and I've seen different kinds of businesses. One thing I realized is that for you to be truly successful in any business, you have to give it knowledge. You have to be knowledgeable. And that is available within the Green Mondays platform. We invest in our distributors. We invest in our members. We ensure that they know more. They are better people. Okay, so you need to have knowledge about what the business you're doing. You need to be a better as far as communicating the value that you have to other people so that they can join you in what you're doing. Okay, so we invest in knowledge, and time is also a factor that is important. You need to invest time on a weekly basis to building your business. Okay, you need to invest time and give your business. You know, I was talking to someone, I think yesterday or today. He was talking about a particular business. You know, that for this business, for you to be successful in this particular business, you have to give it 5 to 7 years. And I told him, any business for that matter. Okay, so this is not an exception. It's not just a business where you come, introduce 2 people, and then you begin to earn all the income. No, it is a business that you build and you give yourself 5 to 7 years, for example, and you can begin to earn what we call leverage income. Of course, before you get to that time, you would have been earning leverage income, but not in the volume in which you want to earn it. Okay, so 5 to 7 years, give it time to build. And you know, the sweetest part of this business, you know, in the course of this week, I've met with all kinds of people doing different kinds of businesses. And these businesses that the average person does is capital intensive. One of the best things about this business is the fact that the barrier to entry is low. And then you are leveraging on every activity that happens through you. You are helping them come into a business. They are earning extra income. They are experiencing better health. You are also being paid for that as well. So you don't need to have too much money to do this business. You can actually be broke and do this business and start from being a nobody to becoming a somebody. Okay, research shows that this industry has produced the highest number of millionaires than any other industry in the world, because barriers to entry is low, educational qualification, it doesn't need to be high. Okay, and then once you have products that do amazing things, and then you have a company that is available to train, support, and invest in you, you are just positioned for something simply amazing. Okay, so talking about what is possible with the leveraged income, as I begin to wrap up, I would like you to take a look at this table that I have in front of me here. And this table gives you an idea of what is possible. Like I said earlier, we're going to leverage income. We can see active income, leverage passive income, then passive income. So when you start, you're still going to be earning primarily active income, meaning if you don't work, you will not earn. That's how we all start. That's all, and this company is barely 2 years old, okay? But it's sitting against a backdrop of an organization that has been around for 12 years, okay? But the Green Mondays and the reader range of products have been around now for 2 years, 2 years last month. But I will not believe how far the reach of the range of products and even the opportunity is going. As I speak to you now, close to about 20 countries of the world, people are using the products, having testimonies. I know the acceptance is growing, the opportunity is increasing. And I can just imagine what would happen in 3-5 years from now. Okay, so this table here shows you a projection of what is possible working for me to work with 4 people. Understanding that on my own, I will not start the business with a lot of millions. Okay, it shows that I can come in with as low as 400K, 140K, 65K, 75K, whatever K I have that is available within the packages that the company has. I can start from where I am and literally grow to where I want to be. Okay, and there are no limits. Okay, there's no saying, oh, this person introduced me to this business, I can't grow beyond what the person is doing. No, if I'm hungrier than the person, if I want to change my situation more than the person, I can go without limits. I can make amazing things happen. So if I come in with a gold package, which is 140,000 naira, this is what the table looks like. That shows the possibility of what my earnings can become. I want us to take a look at the table towards the right side. This is where the possibilities for the income earnings are. I know when you're still in the early days, a number of the later earnings look very futuristic. I look forward to a day when, we can share testimonies about people who are earning at the highest levels in this opportunity. And gradually people are moving in that direction. And I'm just excited about the days to come. Okay, so like I said earlier, you start with the active income, where your work brings in your reward. Then you gradually, as your team begins to grow, as you begin to train them, as you begin to replicate the things that you're teaching them, then you begin to enjoy leveraged passive income. From there, you can begin to earn passive income. You can see here the income possibilities. If you look to your right, you can see as high as 2 billion, as high as 11 billion. That is what is possible. Okay, and just like we have in life, some people say, no, I don't want to go for what is possible. It's too much for me. I just want to succeed barely in the business. So somebody says, I just want to do 10% of what these numbers show. And 10% of what these numbers shows is not bad at all. Okay, if 10% is where you want to stay, or even 5%, the opportunity is available for you to go as far as you want to go. The company on its own is ready to invest in developing, in supporting, and all of that. And if you are ready to go on the journey, experience the product, share the opportunity with people, the company is ready to reward you with every single reward that is promised and beyond. Okay? So, and for our guests in the house, these are the ways, if you want to come in and do the business, like I said earlier, you can either come in with the solution packs, which address specific health challenges, either diabetes, hypertension, this and that. Those packages are 90-day packs. They last for a period of 90 days, and each of those packs costs 65,000 naira. When you buy these packs for your personal use, automatically you get your details registered with the company, and you begin to get your products subsequently at distributor price. And if, for example, you find the product exciting, which I know you will, right? Okay, the company will reward you every time anybody buys the products through you. You earn points and you earn income as well. Okay, but if you want to come in, I want to do the business, these are the packages available. These are the registration options available. It starts, I like to start from the 750,000, which is a VIP. I'm a VIP. Okay, you don't just come in at 750K, you get products worth over $1 million. Okay, the retail profit potential of the VIP is 310,000 naira. The platinum is 400K, you get products worth over 500K. Okay, and then you have the gold, which gives you products worth 175. Meanwhile, you're paying 140,000. Then you have the silver that gives you value of over 80,000, almost 90,000. but you're paying 75,000. Then you have the bronze, which you come in at 40K and you're getting products worth 47,500. Whatever level you are at this time, I mean, this is a fantastic time for you to come in, say, no, I'm starting a new month and I want to get in on board this business. I want to build something. Okay. Somebody here at the beginning of the year, you said, oh, this is going to be my best year ever. I'm going to leave my comfort zone. This is that opportunity that you have been waiting for. That comfort zone that I wanted to leave. This is the opportunity to do that. You have coaches, you have mentors, you have people to support you in the business if you are ready to go for your dreams. Okay. And finally, as I call it a day today, many people remain poor because they pass over opportunities repeatedly. If you are here and you're a guest and somebody invited you to come and take a look at this today, and you just say, oh, well, that's how they do, Jared. They'll just call somebody, they'll be speaking English, you know, and then you pass. You've been passing like this over opportunities for the past, God knows how many years. If you check it out, you are not necessarily in an exciting place. You really want a change. You really want to have a better quality of life. You really want to go for your dreams. In fact, you stop dreaming. But here, when you come on board, we encourage us to dream again. And then we discover, you know, we watch a lot of people's stories. We listen to a lot of people's stories. People that started life back as late as 65 and they still made it to top. I mean, so if you're here today and you're 50 and you're 60 and you're 65, it's never too late to go for your dreams. Okay, and that's one of the things we encourage us to do. That's one of the things we support each other to do today. So if you've been passing over opportunities before now, this is about to change for you today. In this month of May, we encourage you, okay, not to pass over this opportunity because this is positioning to help you achieve your dreams. Okay. If there'll be any questions, I'll take one question. I know that it's already past the time we're supposed to end today's meeting. If you have any question, I'll just take one question. Otherwise, you can meet with the person that invited you.